Hey! Just waiting for this thing to go live. I'm a little bit late. But good evening, good evening, good evening, millionaire. Good evening, millionaires. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, millionaires. Good evening, millionaires. Welcome to yet another edition of Good Evening, Millionaire. My name is Amma Nancy. Amma Nancy. Okay, I go by Amma the CPA, which stands for Certified Public Accountant. I am a licensed, registered, certified public accountant from Chicago, Illinois. And it is always a pleasure to be here with you guys this evening. So welcome to yet another edition of Good Evening. I don't know why it seems so dark in here. And my lights are like the same. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Make sure that you greet all your fellow millionaires by good evening, millionaire, right? And let us know where you are calling in from. It's always a pleasure to be in touch with our millionaire-minded family throughout the nation, right? So you want to say like, good evening, millionaire, Chicago. Good evening, millionaire, I don't know, Atlanta, wherever it is that you're from, and stuff like that. So let us know. And, sorry, I'm totally distracted right now. Okay, let me turn my phone upside down. So good evening, millionaires. Let us know where you're calling in from. Okay, if you're just now joining us, why do we greet each other by millionaires? Because everything happens first in your mind, right? Everything happens 3 times, okay? 3 times. The first time is in your mind. The second time is on paper. You want to write it down and make it plain. And the third time is in the execution phase. So me personally, I'm in my execution phase, millionaire. So welcome to the broadcast, right? And welcome to the replay if you are just now joining us. Today is going to be fun. We are talking about budgeting made easy, right? And now, budgeting is one of those things, we'll just dive right into it, right? Budgeting is one of those things where people either love it or hate it, you know, but what I want to let everybody know is that budgeting is not always, a bad situation. Like, it's not always scary. It's not always terrifying. You just have to work it like how you like it. It's no one, like, once you have your budget, like the basis of a budget, it's no right or wrong way to run it. You know, it's like, it's no right or wrong way to run the play once you have the play, right? But this is the play, okay? If that makes sense. So welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. If you're just joining us, we're going over budgeting made easy. So make sure that you guys share the broadcast, not only on your personal page, but also in different groups that you are in. Each one teach one, we can change the world. You never know how this information can help other people, because you may already have your budget set up. You may be all set, but some people on your timeline may not. So you want to make sure that you share this information. So a couple things that I want to go over real quick. There's some startling statistics. If you guys see my last post that I had, it was like, thought I had some money and it's gone, right? For all my South Park fans out there, if I have any, right? But the thing is that a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, okay? And so Americans, the average American household, and I'm like literally looking at my IG right now, which is AmmaTheCPA. If y'all don't follow me, go follow. I'll follow back. It's the average household income is $71,258, right? So $71,000. However, the average American household debt is $133,000, right? Because it's like 132,529. We round that up, right? Y'all remember that from school. You round up when it's a 5. And so it's like, right, this is what's wrong with America. 2/3 of Americans will struggle when it comes to finding $1,000, right? But 69% of Americans don't even have $1,000 saved. I didn't even put that down for an emergency. So why is that? The problem is nobody is budgeting, okay? We need to budget our money. The problem is that nobody knows how much money is coming in and how much is going out. We are just like on the go. We are just like living day to day and not really paying attention to what's coming in and what's going out, what's coming in and what's going out. So this will help you. Okay, so make sure that you guys give me some shares, and I'm going to actually check because right now, I don't think okay, Latanya Millette, my millionaire from the Windy City. Okay, Miss Connie Laney, thank you for the shares, millionaire. Thank you for the shares. And Lativia, thank you, millionaire. Okay, millionaire. So make sure that you guys share this broadcast because this is really, really important. And like I said, I mean, each one teach one, we can change the world, right? All I can do is make the video. I can't make people watch, and I can't make people actually do it. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we're at 7:08 right now. So budgeting made easy. A couple things that I do want to point out if you guys are taking notes, and make sure that if you guys are on the Facebook Live, put this in the comments for me, right? So the first thing that you want to know is that every single month is different, okay? Every single month is different. So what you have to do is plan for your heavy months, right? So think about like back to school. Back to school is not going to cost you the same amount of money as like the middle of the school year, right? Because the kids already have their clothes, they already have their school supplies, their gym shoes, gym uniforms, etc., right? So think about back to school, think about Christmas, think about birthdays, think about spring break, think about summer. Okay, so every month is going to be different, and what you can do is plan during like your slower months, plan for these bigger months like summer, because what are you going to do, right? You got to do something, right? You got to go somewhere. That's just, you got to go somewhere, okay? Couples, okay? All my couples out there, this is like before we even get started, all my couples out there, you want to make sure that you guys do this together, okay? Do your budget together because one can be on a budget and the other one is not. That won't work. So do your budgets together. And last and definitely not least, make sure you include in your budget your automatic savings, okay? Include in your budget your automatic savings. And when I say automatic, that means that it is coming out of your paycheck automatically, okay? You are not sending your money to your savings account. So you want to make sure that it's coming out of your savings account automatically. So make sure those are just sidebars. Make sure that you guys set that up. Okay. Number one. Give me a number one and a share. Give me a number one and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Put a number one in the comments. Share the broadcast on your personal page, plus in different groups that you are in, right? What we want to start with is a zero-based budget, which means that your income minus expenses equals zero. So you don't want to say income minus expenses and I got $500 extra. Let me explain why. If you say your income minus expenses equals 500 extra, now in your mind, you know that you have this extra money. So now you're spending in your mind, not on paper, okay, not on paper where you should be. Not like in reality, you're spending in your mind. So then what happens is you end up going way over budget because you're like, oh, I got $500 extra at the end of my budget. Okay, so I know this is like 110, so 100, but it's like, right, you already counted out the 10, right? So you're like, okay, this is 100, this is 219, so 100, 200. So then what happens is because we always, and put this in the comments for me, millionaires, we always underestimate our expenses and we overestimate our income. So what does that mean? If somebody makes like $52,570 per year, right? They tell their friends and family like, oh, I make like $54,000 a year. I make $55,000 a year. It's like, no, we said 52, 52, blah, blah, blah. But we always round up. It's just human nature. But then when it comes to our expenses, if something is $559, we just count it as 500. We may count it as we may say 5 something, but we remember the 5. So then what's going to happen is when we go and we really try to calculate, we're calculating the 5 and we are not taking into consideration the rest of it, which is another $59, or $70, whatever it is. So you want to make sure that you do zero-based budgeting and say income minus expenses and zero everything out. And this includes your savings, millionaires. Okay, this definitely includes your savings. So give me a number 2 and a share. And I got to hurry up. Give me a number 2 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Put a number 2 in the comments and share the broadcast on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. Okay, number 2, you want to start with the basics. Start with the basics, which is food, clothing, and shelter, right? And definitely your utilities. A lot of times we don't include, we may do our budget and include utilities and shelter because that's our house and gas and lights and stuff like that. But then it's how are you going to eat? What are you wearing? Okay, so you so you want to make sure that you include the basics, food, clothing, and shelter and utilities, okay, when you are starting your budget. And you can just kind of look at your stuff and kind of write it down and get a ballpark, okay? Number 3, give me a number 3. Give me a number 3 and a share. Put a number 3 in the comments and give me a share. Make sure you share it on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. Number 3, make sure that it includes paying off your debt, okay? A lot of times when it comes to our budget, people will say oh, all I have is this. And what they'll do is they will budget maybe the minimum, or a lot of times they forget completely to include their bills, their debt, basically. Not even bills. They neglect to include their debt. So what happens is they end up in even a worse situation, millionaires, because think about it like this. If your interest rate is 15%, right? Your interest rate is 15% and you borrowed $500, you're not only paying that $500 back, you're paying the $500 plus the 15%. Okay, so you want to keep that in mind. And that's going to be 15% over the year. That's the APR. But you remember, if you guys have been, following me, then you, in my videos, then you have to figure out the monthly percentage rate, right? So that's not this time for this video, but just know that basically at the end of the day, you're going to end up paying way more than that $500. So you want to make sure that you include in your budget that you are paying off your debt and not paying the minimum, because President Obama actually had something voted where all the companies, all the creditors have to include on the statement, if you pay the minimum, you will be out of debt by this day. So make sure that you guys look for that, because it'll be something crazy, way more than you guys expect. Okay, so make sure that you guys check that out and look on your statement. And obviously, if you need help trying to figure anything like that out, reach out to me. I'm always here to help. Each one teach where we can change the world. Okay. Number 4, give me a number 4 and a share. Give me a number 4 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Number 4. So now you want to get an accurate account of everything that you spend. Okay, so the best way to do this is go back 3 months. You don't want to go back 1 month, at least 3 at the minimum. Anything more than 3 may be too much. It may seem overwhelming, but you start out with 3. You go through, because some months you're going to miss a payment. That's just human nature unless you have everything automatic. You may have missed a payment, and then that 3rd month, now you got to pay for 3 months. Okay. So you want to make sure that you get an accurate accounting of everything that you spend. All your food, all your clothes, all your whatever, every single thing that's coming out of your paycheck. Okay, millionaires, every single thing. Give me a number 5 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Give me a number 5. Put a number 5 in the comments and share the broadcast, please, millionaires. Oh, you know what? Before we get out of here, millionaires, make sure that you guys join us on Dear Millionaire. If one of my amazing millionaire-minded family members can put in the comments how they can join us, all you got to do is text the number. It's 81010. In the body of the text message, type out @MillMind. If somebody could put that, that would be awesome. Right? And just like that, you're enrolled in the world's first free text message service on personal growth and self-development. Okay, millionaires? Make sure, can you guys do that for me, please? And then also, if you guys can put in the comments how they can join, check out AmmaTheCPA.com, because it's a really cool video series on there on increasing your cash flow, as well as you can request a consultation from yours truly. I do have some people that I'm going to reach out to this evening that subscribed over the weekend. Okay, so good evening, millionaires. So number 5, give me a number 5 and a share. Put a number 5. We are almost done. I'm only giving you guys 6. Number 5 and a share. Put a 5 in the comments and share the broadcast. Okay, so number 5 is differentiate your needs versus your wants. So after you have figured out like an accurate account of what you're spending, right? We went through it. We're like, okay, we got to get this budget down to 0. We're starting with our basics, right? We're making sure that we are including our debt. Now it is time to trim the fat, millionaires. Okay, so we want to trim the fat. So needs versus wants. Need roof over your head. Want cable. Okay, want is cable. Now, it's a lot of things out there that you can get. Netflix, Fire Sticks, even Hulu. You know, I don't know how much Hulu is, but I know it's a membership and it's way cheaper than cable. So you want to start thinking about different things, because I know that cable is very, very expensive. So think about getting rid of stuff like that. So cable, think about getting rid of eating out, dining out. Like, I like to eat as much as everybody else, right? So maybe even more. Right? But at the same time, I know that I can't go out to eat like every single day or even every weekend when I'm trying to work on my finances. So that has to be cut. I love a good movie. I can't go to the movies every weekend, right? That has to be cut. So you want to think about different things that can be trimmed from your budget, because you cannot do every single thing. Think about delayed gratification. Millionaires, delayed gratification. You cannot have everything that you want instantly. You have to think about the things that you can push off for the future, you know, and give up a little bit for like a sacrifice, something that you can like really look forward to. So that's really the purpose of like saving money and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you don't want to just spend it, because in the future you'll need it. Okay, and it can do way, way more good than it can when you are wasting it on like lattes and movies. Okay, number 6 and a share. This is our very last one. Give me a number 6 and a share. Good evening, millionaires. Number 6 is, now that you have your budget, you set it and you don't budge from it. That's it. That's the whole part of a budget. A lot of times people don't think that that's like, you never even correlate the two, that that's what budget stands for. It stands for you set the budget and you don't budge, right? You could always be like, oh, okay, well, this month, you know what, I'm going to just do this and then I'm going to make up for it next month. No. Practice self-discipline. Stick to your budget and don't budge. Okay, that's number 6. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Each one teach one. We can change the world. I'm Amma the CPA, your favorite CPA's favorite CPA. Make sure you guys check us out the rest of the week. Tomorrow, we're going over the top signs that you have too much credit card debt. Now, this is going to be a really, really good one because I know a lot of times people have a lot of debt and they feel like it's normal. They feel like it's average. Everybody has a lot of debt. What's the big deal? So you want to make sure that that you check us out. Also, make sure that you go in and you join Dear Millionaire. If somebody could put that in the comments for me, that would be awesome. And then make sure that you guys check out AmmaTheCPA.com. Oh, and my like page on Facebook. All my videos are on there. So check that out too. It's the AmmaTheCPA page. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I love you, millionaires. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good evening, millionaire. AmmaTheCPA.